What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our Kings related podcast, wherever you may be, in this post game recap of the Kings' 48th loss this season in LA to the Lakers. But first, thank you as always for joining me for another edition of the show. And if you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you give us a follow over on Apple Podcasts or whatever your favorite podcast app is. And if you're watching over on the YouTube, please hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. That will be much appreciated. The Sacramento Kings concluded their road trip on a sour note, falling to the Lakers in a game that was essentially decided in the opening minutes as the Kings struggled with lethargy and an inability to handle the size of the Lakers and the length that they bring in a game. And the Lakers, they jumped out to a massive lead to start this game, outscoring the Kings 36-18 in the first 12 minutes of this basketball game. The Lakers shot a blistering 61% from the field during that opening stretch. But give the Kings the credit. In that second half, they did somewhat tease, as I put that in quotation marks, a somewhat competitive comeback after halftime in that third quarter. Sacramento, they managed to cut the Lakers' lead to 10 points in the third, but only for LA to immediately respond with an 11-0 run to eventually put this game out of reach for good. And this loss drops the Kings to now 14-48 on this season. And one of the difference that really put this game out of reach, Sacramento, in that first half, was the mistakes. You got the turnover struggles in this game and the opponent's points off turnovers and the shooting from three. The Kings from three, 6 of 26 from three. The Lakers, 18 of 39. Certainly didn't help this case for Sacramento looking to end this road trip on a sour note. Plus, you got Luka Doncic, who put in 28 points, 9 assists, and 5 rebounds. And the 41-year-old LeBron James, 24 points and a rebound. And with the both of them combined, 52 points and 18 of 31 shooting from the field. But as this disappointing season for Sacramento is coming to the end, it centers on developing the young players on this team. And we're talking about the Kings' first round pick, 24th overall from last June, Nique Clifford, who ended this night with a team high 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists on the night, while converting 11 of his 18 attempts. And then you got the steal of the draft in the second round, 42nd overall, Raynaud, who leads all rookies in double-doubles, managed a double-double tonight with 16 points and 13 rebounds on 8 of 10 shooting from the field. Absolutely incredible. And for a Lakers team that played the night before up in San Francisco, and a lot of the main guys did not play a lot of minutes. They played less than 30 minutes last night in San Francisco. The Kings had the noticeable rest advantage, but the Kings dug themselves a hole early on this night. They committed turnovers left and right, allowing Los Angeles to get out in transition. And if you didn't know, LeBron James, he's pretty effective in those moments in transition, catching a lob from Austin Reeves. And James gave his side a 10-2 early lead in that first quarter. Doug Christie called a timeout to settle things down as the Kings were 1 of 8 from the field, while the Los Angeles Lakers started 5 of 7 to start this game. Absolutely incredible by the Kings. Again, the Lakers tonight, Luka just 29 minutes in this game, LeBron 27. And the Kings made DeAndre Ayton look like Clint Capella due to the dominance that Ayton had in the paint and in rebounding the basketball tonight. Just incredible. And it's frustrating watching this team this season because of how bad they've been. And and we all knew this team was going to be bad before the season, but as a fan, you just want entertaining basketball, and I'm not going to win them all, but we understand that, but to get down 20 early in the first quarter, and you're basically playing catch up the entire game from behind to try to catch the Lakers against Luka and LeBron, it's really hard to dig yourselves out of that hole that you put yourself in to start this game the way you came out to start this game. Just absolutely, it's inexcusable. And while, yes, the Kings are shorthanded, it's not an excuse. But the lack of defensive intensity tonight and allowing the Lakers to get into a rhythm early and not letting them feel you from the start of the game, you didn't even make them uncomfortable at all, was one of the biggest disappointments of this game. At least make them feel you. And the Lakers did not feel the Kings defensively tonight. And we know the Kings are terrible on defense. But have a little pride on that side of the floor. And I know Luka doesn't play defense at all, but eventually this game was over early for the Sacramento Kings. That they finished this road trip 2-3, 14-48 overall. But one of the bright spots for the Sacramento Kings was Nique Clifford, and with 20 games left in this season, I don't want to see Russell Westbrook anymore. Give the keys to your young guy, Clifford. And he was the focal point of the Kings' attack tonight, both as a shooter and as a shot creator. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But this is the next step in the progression of Nique Clifford as an NBA player. Again, he finished with, as I mentioned, the team high, led the team in scoring with 26, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. Max Raynaud, his 54th game this season, he turned Like, he turned the ball over a total of 4 times over his last 7 games. He had 4 in the first half. As a team, as the Kings as a team struggled in that department tonight. And you could see, if you're watching again, the frustration on his face. But he did recover for another double-double, as I mentioned, leading all rookies in double-doubles this season. Russell Westbrook, another revenge game. Like, Russell's year and a half that he spent with LA didn't go as he wanted, but he looked motivated to get his old stomping grounds in LA, in that arena, even if it led to some really bad forced action early in this game. And tonight, Westbrook, 14 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds in this game. DeRozan did not shoot a lot in this game. If he wants to stay on the court this season for Sacramento, DeRozan has to reinvent himself as a player. And over the last 5 games, he is averaging less than 15 points per game. But he's pushed his assist number to 5. And DeRozan tonight had 8 assists tonight in this game for Sacramento. Malik Monk, who picked up a technical foul early in this game, he got into it with a Lakers player after a hard foul, and the energy was good for him off the bench, especially for a game that was out of reach after the first 12 minutes. And Monk, he finished with 10 points and 2 assists. He's always looking to be motivated against his former team and the Lakers. And Precious Achiuwa drew the tough assignment tonight, guarding LeBron James. Nobody can slow the 41-year-old down, and it doesn't matter how old LeBron is. LeBron James, future Hall of Famer, he is still the superstar in this league, and Precious did his absolute best on the defensive end tonight. 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks in this game. The Kings, it was that first quarter, digging yourselves a hole. The turnover struggles, 3-point shooting. We know the Kings are towards the bottom of the league in 3-point shooting. The mistakes from this team tonight is what really dug themselves in this game, and they never recovered after that first quarter. So Kings lose to the Lakers. They're now 14-48 on the season with this 128-104 loss. They come home and they face the Phoenix Suns on Tuesday night. A shorthanded Suns team. No Dillon Brooks, who fractured his hand. He's out. And then you got the Pelicans on Thursday. And then you got the Bulls on Sunday. And then next week, a back-to-back against the Indiana and Charlotte. So you got some, I don't know if you want to be winning some of these games, if you want to keep your draft lottery odds where you are, with the worst record in the NBA right now. Because if the Kings fall below 5, it would not be great for this team. So Kings lose to Los Angeles. And if you enjoyed this, that would do it for this post-game recap of the Kings and the Los Angeles Lakers. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure you give us a follow on Apple Podcasts or whatever your favorite podcast app is. We are a video podcast on Spotify and on YouTube. So by all means, please catch the video feed, that'd be much appreciated. And be sure to hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. But until next time, we will see you Tuesday night, hopefully following the Kings and the Suns for another post-game recap. Thank you as always for joining me on the Kings related podcast. And as always, go Kings, and we'll see you Tuesday night.